I kind of forgot to do this, so later on it will pop up that the update has just popped up, but that was nearly an hour ago. With the operation finally being over, that is the Pacifism Defect operation, update 19.13 has arrived. It's finally here. There is, of course, a new... I don't know what you call this thing. It's a throwing primary weapon. It's a railgun that you can throw at enemies, kind of like the spear was. That's the one I was looking for. It's a spear weapon. This one actually looks a little bit better than the other one did, though because it is a railgun, it is based more on charging. So, really interested on seeing how this thing works out. Of course, its blueprint, on the other hand, is inside of the energy lab, and I do believe this is the energy lab. Let's just go in and have a look. There it is. And it takes 3 days once you put the resources in. Wow, it's actually already been done, and this update is minutes old. Then there's the news update. That's how quick I actually got in here, and it's already done. Of course, that aside, it's still going to take 3 days for the blueprint to actually finish. Then, of course, there is the changes to the Foundry. You can now cancel builds. Actually, I'm going to go for the energy one. It should come up with a red X. There it is. And it will cancel the build. The following components. Do you wish to refund them? Yes. And wow, it actually does refund the components. That's quite nice. I will leave that, however, to build. But that button is so useful, because building warframes and lots of other things that you may have that's kicking around. Actually, I already have something building. I could have just used that as an example. Oh well. But there's lots of things that you can build by accidentally clicking on when trying to build something else. So personally, I'm really glad that's a thing. One thing I have noticed that I kind of don't like is the fact that this thing, the Oro, has stopped its lightning, because I placed it there so the lightning struck the wall and didn't arc out everywhere, and its lightning effect has stopped. But the other one still has the heart effect coming off it. That's not fair. I like the lightning. Aww. There is also 7 new glyphs for the 100 Days of Warframe. That's the animation that was done by Mashed. And actually looking at these, the Alad V one I would be tempted on if Zanuka was crushing it. Actually, I'll quickly throw this one up because you can see them a little bit better. At least the one I'm talking about, the Alad V one. In that 100 Days of Warframe animation, Alad V gets crushed by Zanuka and turns into a salad. And I thought that was quite fun. I kind of wish it was just as it's starting to crush him, so the salad's spitting out everywhere, because that would still be funny. There is also a new cape. They're not calling these things sandanas anymore. It keeps referring to them as cloaks. There is actually a few of them that refer to them as cloaks, not as sandanas, which can get kind of confusing. But there is a new one, the VEXILLUS cloak, that doesn't actually look that bad. It's a little bit too long for the ones that I prefer, because I prefer the slightly shorter ones, but it's a new accessory, I guess. And there is actually a few of them called cloaks. I never noticed that. Well, I say a few, there's 5. And this new one is 100 platinum, which makes it the most expensive out of all of them, because these are 50, that's 75. This one is 100, and that's what it's supposed to look like in its normal colours. It's just to cut the bottom off. Doesn't look that bad. Ah, javelin is the word I was looking for earlier. The Javlock was the first one of these weapons. Wait. What was that? Ah, damn it. I thought I saw something there. The new one is better. It actually does physical damage, whereas the Javlock is just elemental. It has lower status but higher crit. Actually, this could be a fairly decent weapon, remembering, however, it is a charged base attack. And it's also like the Javlock, you're supposed to be able to throw it. Yeah, throw it like a spear, which is why I kept calling it a spear. It's a javelin, hence the reason the original one was called a Javlock. Actually, I missed this one. The Synthula stuff, I thought they might have put an alert up to kind of demonstrate this. But the Synthula stuff that is available from low-level defense survival, what's it called? Endless runs. I just went here and kept doing this. I actually once ran a 40-minute there and got 0 of this Synthula stuff. The Synthula is a new resource that will be staying in the game. The stems, or stims even, because they're like stim packs, these things are what they are for. And what this will do is, well, as this one says, it hardens the skin but slows you down. These can now be used on you, your allies, NPCs in rescue missions, sortie defense missions, there's certain defense missions that actually have the defense target. I think alerts do that, but these will be usable on yourself and NPCs, as will the other ones. So if your clan hasn't got these researched yet, it might be a good idea to actually finish researching these, because they do different things. This one, they move faster but take more damage. This one makes them... I still don't know if it actually makes them invisible or just slightly less seeable. And this one revives a target that's bleeding out. They are really useful things, and now they are staying in the game, and as I said before, you can use them on yourself, your allies, and NPCs. So it is staying. The Synthula resource is not going anywhere. Secretly hoping this is because the evacuation missions are actually staying. There isn't anything that says they are just yet, but I really would like those to stay. But for now, it's gone. You can also now sort your relics. So you can sort them by name, which will obviously sort them by name, is kind of self-explanatory. Refinement, which will put the radiant ones at the top, it seems. And owned, which puts the most that you have at the top and the least you have at the bottom. I'm personally going to leave it as named, because when looking for a relic, I look for the name, not how many of them I have, sadly. I do wish, however, the refinement one, the radiant ones, were at the bottom, because that could be slightly confusing. Actually, no, I like it better with them at the top, because then you can see, by just clicking on them, which ones you actually have as radiant. See, the radiant one is straight at the top. That's actually more useful than I thought there. That could be really useful. Then, of course, there is this. Yeah, still no blueprint. Damn it. Oh, this is actually the statue. Actually a pretty nice looking statue. Ah, silly mouse. Despite the fact that the actual Ignis Wraith seems to be missing in action. That's not that bad looking. I'll just plonk that there. They have removed completely the Mastery Rank 2 requirement for Rhino, because he is the first frame that you come across that you can farm the parts for and build, dropping of course from the Jackal on Venus. Mercury has a weapon behind it. I think people are forgetting that Hydroid is obtainable on Earth, and Earth, okay, not as easy to complete than the Jackal is on Venus, but still, Mastery Lock removed. It took them 4 years, but they finally did it. As usual, there will be a link in the description below to the forum post about this entire update, and I've actually just been told that if I go to communication and go to inbox, it should be sitting there. There it is. The fact that the name was actually lit up says that it's actually just arrived. From the event, it is a bit delayed. It's been an hour since the update actually went live. But now all the rewards have been sent out. There was a bit of an issue with the script, so if you still don't have it, give it a little bit of time. If you haven't got it by tomorrow morning, look more into if your clan actually got the points to do it. We were 4,000 points away, well, it was 3,000 something, from being able to have it in the actual dojo as a blueprint we could go and pick up. Kind of sad about that, but we got the gold statue and we got the actual weapon blueprint, and I think I would prefer it more as the blueprint than anything else, simply because there are a lot of people that won't be able to get a hold of this because the points to get it instantly was so high. So being able to build it to me was what I was aiming for, and Clan went way beyond that. It does require 3 Argon crystals, which I unfortunately don't have, and 5 detonite injectors. That's actually quite expensive because the detonite injectors can take 12 hours each to build, and 5 of them? There's a reason I've got so many pre-built. Jeez. Back to the void for me, I guess. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.